All right. We're looking at Jim Martinson making his run through the Class 5 Open. Boy, look at him pushing his way through that rough terrain. Jim has the look of a guy early on. He has the look of a guy who's done this before, and he has, but that hasn't been for a while. Told us earlier that the last time he competed in the slalom event was in the 1970s, and yet he is already flying through this event right now. Easily pushes that barrel through the parking cones. And he is making great time right here. This slalom course is actually designed after real courses that many of these athletes had to go through during rehab. A lot of hospitals and a lot of rehab courses create these everyday obstacle courses like this to try to mimic things that these athletes might have to go through in real life and adapting to using a wheelchair. The only difference between those rehab courses and this one is made a whole lot harder. So yes, there are obstacles in there designed to mimic everyday situations, but some of those in there are deliberately used for the purpose of competition. Jim Martinson making great time. Going up and over the stairs, loses his tracking just a little bit, finally goes up and over. Once again, we're here at the slalom course sponsored by UPS here at the Spokane Convention Center. We're looking at Jim Martinson here in the Class 5 Open slalom run. He's made his way to the doors. He's got to be very, very careful. If one of those cones off the top falls off, that's an extra 5 seconds added to his time. But he's making great time at the moment. Carefully shutting that outside door, and he's got it. No cones falling off at all. That's got to be a first for all the competitors we've seen. And look at him push his way through that pit full of sand and gravel and rocks. Probably the fastest we've seen of anyone so far. He's found himself now at those metal rungs. He's got to pop himself a wheelie, make sure those front tires don't touch down. He makes it through it with ease. Spinning around, going through the cones and across the finish line. He hasn't done it since the 1970s, but you wouldn't have known it thanks to the way he went through that obstacle course just then. Jim Martinson finishes things off, looks great. First slalom event he's had in nearly 30 years.